We are live. Mr. Gracey, what's going on?
Hey, hey, special edition of the Gracious 2 today.
Fuck yeah, man. A lot of crazy shit happened last night.
Oh my God. Yeah, and predictably, the left's going, Trump's a Putin puppet, blah, 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 blah. I guess I could say predictably, we will support Trump, but we're supporting, America.
Yeah.
We're supporting not having World War III. We're supporting ending a war so that no more people are getting killed. That's what we're supporting. You can be warmongers on the left and support whatever anti-Trump shit you want to support. But the fact is you're supporting the war continuing, which means you're a warmonger piece of shit.
Yeah.
So take that, lefties. There is no excuse. I mean, it's ridiculous.
You kind of sound like a lefty from 20 years ago when they believed in not going to war and fucking all that jazz. So,
well, that's what I was saying earlier. It's like, what happened to the Democrat Party? They've become the party of war. Like, they literally support a war because they've been told to by the media. We have to save Ukraine and blah, 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 blah. And Putin's a dictator. Yeah, Putin's a shitty dictator. We get it. Okay. He started the war, but he started the war because he was prompted and goaded into starting that war. Like, it's been a solid march of NATO to his front door since 1992 when Russia was given assurance. He wasn't in charge then, but Russia was given assurances when the Soviet Union fell that NATO would not go past Germany. And where is it today? It's right on his front door after red line after red line after red line was crossed. And then at the beginning of this war, all he wanted was in writing from us, Europe, and NATO that Ukraine would never become part of NATO. And they wouldn't give that to him. He said that was his red line. That's when he invaded.
Right.
And here we are. And now the left doesn't have the decency to allow Trump, because they're anti-Trump anything, to fucking stop it.
Well, I just want to ask the American people, how would they feel if Russia was fucking, moving bases into fucking Canada?
Exactly.
Or Mexico.
You wouldn't put up with it for one fucking iota.
Not
and then fucking half pint G.I. Joe comes into the Oval Office and disrespects America, the Oval Office, President Trump, and Vice President J.D. Vance to their faces. Ungrateful about the amount of money we've given them. 177 billion fucking dollars. We're not obligated to protect them. They're not part of NATO. And this little fucking bastard comes into the Oval Office, smug, defiant, arms crossed, trying to relitigate what's happened. It's like, it doesn't matter what happened. You're trying to put a deal on the table where we get 50% of their rare earth minerals, and we stop the war. Easy.
Sounds good to me.
And he comes in there defiant about it. I mean, he's been defiant the whole time. The Secretary of Treasury, openly gay, Scott Bassett, who is the first openly gay Secretary of Treasury, and I make a big deal about that because the left always calls Trump anti-gay. That's the worst anti-gay person I've ever seen. But anyway, he had a meeting.
You don't blow guys doesn't mean you're anti-gay. Just sorry,
that's right.
Had to put that out there.
So he had a meeting with half pint G.I. Joe in Kyiv about 10 days ago, and he was defiant then about the deal. He wouldn't sign it. It's like, why?
Hello.
and then all the sheep on the left are like, yeah, that was disastrous. Trump's a Putin puppet, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, Trump's trying to stop a war. That's what he said from the beginning.
100. It was.
And like, what's the difference between China and Russia at this point? We do all this business with China and everyone's anti-Russia. It's like, yeah, he started the war. We get it. But why can't we just have why can't we have diplomacy with Russia to stop the war? What's wrong with that?
Right.
What's wrong with having diplomacy with your enemies?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Opening up lines of communication should have been done from the fucking beginning. It should have been done under Biden's administration.
Well, Biden was too weak to fucking do it for
100%,
many levels.
Dude.
Mentally, on a diplomacy, of the ability just to sit in a room and have a conversation with somebody. You can't do it.
Do it, Putin. Come on now. You just can't go in there. Yeah, I mean, he probably would have fucking invaded us had he got on the phone with fucking Biden. it was just crazy to have that lack of leadership running this country for fucking 4 years and people okay with it. And like, you just saw the writing on the wall. The ship was going down and fucking everybody's just hanging on fucking like, yeah, baby, Titanic style.
Yeah, they have all these liberal European leaders, siding with Zelensky, blah blah blah. It's like Europe for too long has they don't like America. They hate America. They disrespect us, but they expect us to pay for everything.
Yeah. They like
because
us
that's the way it's been.
They like us to come in and clean up their bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah. The smug on that fucking what do you call them? Half pint what?
Half pint G.I. Joe.
Half pint G.I. Joe. The smug on that motherfucker to sit there and talk to us about we're separated by an ocean and we're not feeling.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Basically threatened us. He basically threatened us. I mean,
right.
And that's when Trump went off the handle. He's like, no. Yeah. You don't tell us how we feel.
Felt good to have a real fucking leader there putting somebody in their place. Like, how you don't tell us how we're going to feel.
I love they did that on live TV. I fucking love that they did it on live TV because if that would have happened behind closed doors, well, even if it did happen on live TV, and after I watched it and then saw it on X and all the clips, a little thing pops up on my phone, Apple News. Zelensky leaves the White House. It's like, no, bitch, he got kicked the fuck out of the White House. He didn't leave. He got thrown out like a midget.
Like a motherfucking midget. That would have been cool if they did that, actually. Velcroed his ass up and threw him on a fucking dartboard.
Well, have you seen that meme from when they're tossing midgets in Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
Yeah, somebody put Zelensky's face on that whole scene and they throw him.
Oh, that's great, dude. That's great. We got to get back to that, dude. That was back in the day when we weren't communists. We could drink and drive. We could fucking throw midgets against walls. What happened to America, dude? We went downhill for some reason.
The lefties took over and filled our minds with propaganda paid for by USAID. That's what happened.
Yeah. Who the fuck knew, though? Who thought that America was a big propaganda machine like that? I mean, I kind of thought we were living in a free society, fucking, but nope, bought and paid for by Pfizer.
Good old Obama. Smith-Mundt.
Yeah.
We talked about it before.
Yep.
Legal to propagandize the U.S. public, and here we are. Just look at us.
It's amazing that you could do something like that, under your administration and be looked at as okay. Like, no.
The left loves them.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Well, because they've been propagandized. I love them. They're literally brainwashed people. They think we're brainwashed because we support Trump and he's a dictator and blah blah blah. Everything they say about him is fucking false. It's just crazy.
We just let them.
Well, that's all they do is cry. They don't have any policies or any ways to fix things. They just bitch and moan about everything.
Yeah, exactly. So the audience knows we're going to have another flat earther coming on the show. Coming up, Flat Earth Dave. We're going to have him coming on with Bobby.
I got to look up Flat Earth Dave so I can be a little up to speed on him. I haven't seen him.
I just can't wait to talk to somebody who, we have a producer on our show who believes it, but I just find it strange that somebody could fucking believe the earth is flat, man. It's absurd.
There's a lot of them out there.
There is. So what happens when we go to Mars and they look back at Earth and see that it's round? Are they going to be, Well,
they just say every picture they see is fake. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Unless you send them up into space for them to see themselves with their own eyes.
Did you see that image from Mars? That fucking rectangular, it's almost square shaped thing?
Yes. Dude, Elon and Joe Rogan were talking about that. Elon was just on Joe Rogan.
Great episode,
yesterday, I believe. It was great. Fucking
great episode.
Yeah.
I think I got to watch it again because there was so much said in there that I think I needed to fucking digest it again. But
I learned two new terms from Elon. Again, I always learn terms from Elon, but he what was it? Weaponized empathy. That's how we got here. That's how, like you said earlier, how did we get here with the left?
Right.
Everyone has empathy. Most people have empathy, right? The leftist, the Democrat elites have weaponized empathy, right? So you feel bad about people coming over the border, and they're asylum seekers, and they're just trying to find a better way of life. That's not what happened. They're invaders and they were allowed in to change votes, right? That's what we all know that. Just look at
Yeah.
California, for God's sake. California has let in more illegals over the years. They have the right to vote, and they're a full Democrat supermajority state, and it's falling the fuck apart. Okay.
It's
So
bad.
weaponized empathy leads to suicidal empathy, where you're so empathetic to something that's killing you, you can't even see it.
Hey now.
Hence, again, the state of California.
Yeah. The fact
That's
that
like that's what's going on.
the fact that they can't have, like, their power grid is not like sustainable as it is, and they want everybody to be on fucking electric cars by 2035.
Oh, that's just one little thing. Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's huge. It's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing to fucking make that so?
Well,
And
the
so-
fact that they have, I don't know what their deficit is here, but it's huge. It's billions of dollars, and they want to give $9.5 billion to illegal healthcare. People like the citizens of California don't get free healthcare. The
Right.
illegals of California get free healthcare, paid for by our taxes, to the tune where we're in debt, where we're completely in fucking debt. And Newsom is setting up a $50 million fund to fight Trump. Meanwhile, the same breath is going to DC and asking for $40 billion from the federal government. I mean, that's how fucking nuts it is.
I'm surprised there's fucking people still living in your state, dude. Like, what the fuck? There should be a mass exodus from California.
Well, there has been.
Yeah, but
Millions
not
of people
enough,
leaving.
dude. Not enough. Like,
Well, I mean, listen, there's parts of it that are really great to be here, but I wish I could leave, but I can't right now. But
well, they should just take all the legal people out of California and fucking put all the illegals there and have that be a fucking illegal state and just have at it, folks.
Well, I don't know. It's not economically sustainable. I mean, this state's going to go bankrupt, and there's not going to be any bailing them out. What's going to happen then? I mean, it's going to turn to shit, and it is turned to shit. It's going to be worse. I mean, $15 billion on a fucking high-speed rail hasn't 17 years hasn't been one piece of track laid. Like what?
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Wow, man.
It's insane. But that's what's happened. They let all these illegals in. They can vote, and they keep a supermajority in the state of California. The Democrats can do whatever they want. They're about ready to pass a bill where they're going to make it be able to charge you with murder if you defend yourself against a criminal coming into your home and attacking you. If you kill them, you can be charged with murder. That's what they're about to pass.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. So, in other words, they're raping your fucking wife. You shoot this motherfucker on top of her, and you're going to jail for murder.
You can be charged with murder, right? And like, what's the justification? What is the logic behind that? It's some fucking asshole congressman from Santa Monica. It's like, well, let me send in an illegal to rape your fucking wife in front of you. Right. What are you gonna do? Just stand there and go, oh no, he just wanted to come here for a better life. So go ahead, rape my wife and kill her. It's fine. I don't want to kill you. Ridiculous.
God damn it, folks. Why do we have to pay attention to this shit and bring it to your attention? Wake up, people. Get your shit together. Vote these fuckers out.
Yeah.
And like fucking let's get America great again, man. Rock and
roll.
That's
what they were talking. Joe Rogan and Elon were talking about that. It's like we're at a point where make America great again is a bad thing, or all lives matter is a bad thing. It's like that's how reversed and fucked up the left is. Like they get offended by those simple, all-inclusive statements. Make America great again. Oh, you're a racist. Make all lives matter. Oh, you're a racist. It's like, what are you talking about? Listen to yourself.
Yeah. Dude, that was absurd with Black Lives Matter that you couldn't say all lives matter because only Black lives mattered at that point. Get the fuck out of here, dude. All lives matter. I'm sorry. I'm glad you have a movement, and I'm glad your movement is fucking buying houses and fucking using that money for personal gains rather than helping out the people that they're trying to help out. But yeah, all lives matter. I'm sorry. Yes, Black lives matter.
How more inclusive can you be if that's what you want, inclusiveness?
Right.
And I just saw a woman on Instagram. She said, I think I put it on my story. She's talking about DEI. She's like, if DEI is so great, why, if you tell somebody like Kamala Harris that you're a DEI hire, do they get offended about it?
Gee, let me think. Anywho,
So if it's great, why are you offended when someone calls you a DEI hire? Hmm. So weird.
how
That's just
strange. It's Fargonacle bullshit.
Yes.
But we do have some very special guests, Mr. Gracey.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, this special bonus episode. We got the Lilies of David coming on. We have two of the Lilies of David.
Hi.
Howdy. Good to see you.
We
Hi,
got
Chad. Hi, Johnny.
hello. Deirdre and Jeremy from Lilies of David. They just had a concert last night. How'd it go, folks?
Nice.
It was fun. We had a couple this week, but that one we were excited about that because it was a college party show. So it was at Rutgers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was a lot of fun.
We did a lot of college shows back in the day, obviously, but I always told people, it's like, I never went to college, but I partied a lot of them.
Honestly, it's really great because talk about like intentful listenership. Like, I feel like everybody's super engaged at those parties, and you just meet so many people that hopefully like your music, which I think last night went well. So I think those
Cool.
parties are the best, you know?
Hey,
Nice.
that's how Dave Matthews Band got started. They toured like college parties, frats, and all that stuff. Allowed people to tape their shows and spread the tapes around, and boom, here they are.
Yeah.
Are you guys against people taping your shows and putting out your live performances?
No,
Do what
definitely.
they want.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I never understood that when everyone was against taping your shows. Like, spread it wherever you want, film it,
Yeah.
send it out.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, that's what everybody had an issue with, like Napster and LimeWire and all that stuff. But I guess in a sense, right? Like, and you would probably know better than any of us, Chad. It's like, yeah, I guess you're losing out on. Streaming wasn't a thing then, right? So
Right. Well, Napster was kind of the start of that.
yeah,
I think me personally, my whole philosophy of that is that the major labels wanted to crush Napster, and they ultimately did. If they just would have embraced it, they probably would have been able to then monetize it and make streaming a more monetizable asset for the artists. But they tried to kill it, and that just made everybody go, "Oh, fuck them! We're going to get this shit for free."
Yeah.
And so now you have Spotify.
yeah,
And the majors did deals with Spotify where the majors got stock from Spotify. And so their whole catalog was put on Spotify. That's why you have artists that get paid pennies on the dollar for millions and millions of streams on Spotify. You get nothing for it because the record companies and Spotify basically fucked us all.
yeah.
I mean,
If you're an independent on Spotify, you can make good money because they pay you a good rate.
right.
Yeah.
You don't have to share with the label.
Yeah.
Well,
They don't share with the label. The label gets paid and then you get some pennies here and there.
yeah,
right.
they take the master. I'm pretty sure the label, right?
Say it again.
They control the master, right? So I mean,
Yes, well, in most cases, yeah. That when you make a record with a major, they own the masters. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you kind of got lucky because if streaming didn't become a thing, there might have been zero money in music because everybody would have just been downloading, illegally. Like, at least now with streaming, there's some money coming in because honestly, back in the day, that's all I was doing. I was LimeWire, Napster. I'd fucking download everything and have a free fucking catalog. Of course, I supported bands like yours, fucking Pearl Jam, Dave Matthews, like bands that I liked, but I wasn't going to go buy a fucking Offspring record when I only wanted one of their songs and fucking could download it for free.
No.
So it's like streaming, while it still rips off the artist, it might have brought some revenue back in that might have been completely lost.
Well, it's amazing for getting your music out there, and then you can obviously benefit from touring and merchandise and all that good stuff. That's how bands make money now, basically.
True.
Not record sales and streaming. But
I think where the record labels like really fucked up on that, like you said, they like a good point. They tried to kind of oppress Napster and all those things that were eventually kind of transmuting into a streaming service. And now you have Spotify, Apple Music, and all these things that control all the streaming, like Universal and Virgin and all the, like, they're not doing any. They could have had that if they just embraced it,
They all could have owned Napster. They probably could have partnered with Napster, owned part of it. And at that point, they were doing polls with people. Would you pay for this if you had to, and a lot of people were saying, yeah, we'll pay for it to get music this way.
Yeah.
But the labels didn't listen to that. They were like, fuck you, we're killing you. This is all led by Lars from Metallica. Go figure.
Right. He was a big leader of that. They were pissed off about that. Yo, man, like, don't be downloading my music, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just the writing was on the wall at that point. It was kind of fucking. It put a bad look on Metallica. Basically, at that point, people were like, "What the fuck, dude? The writing's on the wall. Like, you're over here fighting it. People got it already.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely see it. It was the movie industry somehow kind of got around it though, because for a while you could download the movies and stuff like that and get illegal, but I don't know how they kind of kept that from falling by the wayside. That whole industry.
I don't think that movie industry went against it so hard.
Yeah, and then
Netflix
with the streaming and stuff kind of embraced that kind of as well. It's a crazy landscape to think about it. I mean, going from a band like you, Chad, starting off in the late 80s, early 90s to starting a band now, it's like a completely different landscape. Back in the day, you probably get in a van and go fucking do tours and gigs and stuff like that. Now you could probably almost, make a social media following and blow your band up that way rather than, going out on the road.
There's many more ways to get your music out now, but you got to cut through the static. There's a lot more static, but there's many more outlets to get your music out. Back in, in my day, back in old guy, if you wanted to be successful, you went for a major label deal. They funded everything. They paid for your record. They gave you tour support. They got you out there. And eventually, hopefully you sold enough records to start having a good time with it. But it's just not that mechanism anymore.
Yeah. Are you guys trying to do this all like Lilies of David I'm speaking to? Are you guys trying to do this all on your own, like kind of self-finance your album and put it out there? Or are you looking to get into record labels? What's your kind of vision for that?
I mean, and Bink and I have spoken about this. Like we kind of, it's a 6-piece band, but Bink, Deirdre and I, we fund everything ourselves. And so we would like to stay independent as not as long as we can, because I'm not like ignorant to the fact that a record deal and a record label is still important nowadays, especially if you want to get to like a certain point.
Right.
But like you guys were saying, the landscape has changed, so you can make money, streaming revenue and stuff like that, strictly off Spotify and Apple Music as an independent artist. But you definitely, if that comes around and you get offered a decent deal, then you definitely we would like to take it. Yeah, but we're trying to we're doing everything ourselves. Like all these songs are self-financed, and we're definitely leading it up to an album that'll be self-financed too. So if something happens in the interim of that, then great.
Chad, you have any advice to give these guys so they don't end up in lawsuits after a couple of years of the band?
Yeah, that's I'm sure you guys, between the two of you, own the majority of the band, and or do the other guys have ownership in the band or any say?
No, not right now. It's just us on the LLC of the band.
Nice.
I was talking to a publisher, and they were telling me there's something like stock certificates of the band as well with an LLC. I didn't know about this, and I still have to like look into that to see what that actually means. But apparently you could kind of give those out or something. You
can issue, units of the LLC if you want to. Yeah. And that would just be basic ownership, but you need to keep control of, the LLC. Don't give any control away. As long as you two get along.
So probably the writer should have like a publishing company, and then the band would be its own LLC or something. I don't really know how.
Yeah, you absolutely have to have a separate company for publishing, and then a company that is just for the band and touring and merchandise. Probably that's definitely suggest that.
Since you're my brother, Jeremy, I'll do all the deals for you and make sure that I'm at the head of it and make sure the money funnels into my bank account. I'll be your manager that way. What was
that's
Elvis's?
happened.
Yeah, Elvis's manager. What was he, Uncle Tom or Colonel Tom or some shit?
Yeah, Uncle Tom. That was him.
No, but he did.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders. That was it. The chicken dude. No, but whatever the fucking Elvis's manager, he completely robbed them blind and fucking was working them to the bone.
That's an age-old tale in the industry, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Chad, should I not do that to my younger brother though? I'll just ride him like a donkey. Deirdre, since you're one of the frontmen of the band,
Front woman.
I'm sorry. Well, I thought she was transitioning. I'm not sure. Do we wear sexy outfits on stage? Are we trying to entice the crowd that way? Talk to me.
It depends on the venue. I feel like each venue, you have to fit the environment. And we've been playing a lot of different types of places, from like house shows to banquet halls to House of Independence, like just a rock and roll venue. So it really depends.
I'm gonna give you guys a cool piece of advice from somebody who's been to a lot of college parties. If you bring a pole, like literally a fucking 5-foot pole, and just like put it in the center of the floor, chicks will come up and dance on it. Dude, this happened at a party way back in the day. Me and my friends go there and we found like this pole in the basement, just bring it up and just stack it in the middle of a dance floor. And ladies just came up and started dancing on it. So every time we went to parties, we were like, break out the pole, and chicks would just come up and dance on it.
People do that now. There's this band up in Asbury. I forget the name of them, but we did a few shows with them, and they actually bring a pole and pole dancers to actual venues now, and they made it part of their act.
It's a good idea. Chad, you opened for Jane's Addiction back in the day.
Oh yeah, they had full-on strippers on stage. Yeah, basically with poles and
They describe Live did like this acoustic jam before Jane's Addiction, and they used to call themselves the lube before the sex act. Did you know that moniker was called that, Chad? Because that's how they described it. I don't know if it was Ed or somebody, but they said.
I think I heard. Yeah, I think it was Ed that said that. Yeah,
that's funny, man. But it really was. It was a wild show. Fucking strippers just like in the air and fucking flowing through. It was crazy. But yeah, sexuality, Deirdre. Be naked on stage. It'll attract some fans.
Put your jetpack on. Put your jetpack on, Bing.
It's already on.
Do you guys like performing? Is that like what's the like most fun of being in a band? Is it the performing? Is it the studio? Is it the writing? Like where's the joy come?
Finding that flow, whatever that may be. So sometimes it is performing, sometimes it's songwriting. It's just like getting into a flow with whatever you're doing. I feel like for me.
Do you have a way to get into the flow? Like, are you finding it easier as you perform more? Do you have like a ritual to kind of get you in that headspace?
I feel like I'm still figuring out a ritual for it. You know, Chad, I'm still playing around with what works.
Chad, did you have any like pre-stage rituals to kind of get in that like vibe space and like get in? Because you have an alter ego, dude. I don't know. I mean, people have said it about you. Like you're a different person on stage and off stage. When you put that backwards cap on, you're almost like the over the top guy in that movie with Sylvester Stallone.
Over the top, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a ritual. I would before the show, I would just be kind of like cool and maybe I don't know, maybe if you want to use the word zen, I would just be chill. And then when I sit down on the stool and time to go,
boom shakalaka,
turn it on. So yeah, but I mean, we did this show with Metallica one time at the K-Rock Weenie Roast in LA back in like, I don't know, somewhere in the 2000s. And Ed ran into he was all drunk and he ran into their dressing room before they were going on, just like burst in and fucking like, I guess Lars was in the corner, like jogging in place and like stretching and stuff. And apparently James was like doing a la 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 la, doing scales and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, I thought you guys would like party and fucking be going crazy.
That was not going on.
Totally opposite. Yeah. It was funny.
That is awesome. Well, I've heard cool stories. Like you guys were a cool rock band because Hootie was on Howard Stern back in the day, and Howard was trying to ask him for like cool rock and roll stories. And he's like, dude, we're not a cool, fun band. He's like, but the guys from Alive, dude, apparently, I think Ed was like drunk, naked somewhere, like jumped through like bushes naked. Like, this is Hootie telling a story about you guys.
Yeah, I was not there that night. That was Chad and Ed were out with Hootie in LA going to some fucking party.
That's fucking funny, man.
Missed it.
I love it. So yeah, Jared and Deirdre, you guys gotta fucking get drunk and naked on stage and go jump through bushes and do rock star stuff.
Rock and roll.
Where was the show last night?
That was at Rutgers.
Oh, Rutgers, right.
Yeah.
So how was the crowd? I mean, you said they were into it. Did you hang with them afterwards? Did you talk to them? Did you party with them?
We were there so late.
Yeah, we were there till like 12:30, 1 a.m. or something. But we closed the last song with the song we just released, Skin and Bones, and then they were like, one more song, and then that kept going on for like 4 more songs. So
oh wow,
we just started taking requests from them and playing the songs that they wanted to hear.
Hey, that's a great response. You like that?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, rock on. So do you guys do like different set lists for shows? Is it, or you guys kind of just doing like the same couple songs that you do, or are you switching it up?
We switch it up. I mean, it's typically the same songs, like our original set, like our original songs, and then we'll mix in a few covers or, you know, different things here and there. But last night was completely like off the cuff because we were singing from Party in the USA from, you know, by Miley Cyrus.
Oh wow.
Nice.
To like Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood, and I sang Sublime. There was a bunch of different things that we sang. It was wild. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, what are these college kids into these days? As far
Dude,
as
drugs.
cover songs.
No,
they were drugs. Come on.
They were into like good, like Sublime. We played Nirvana at one point.
Cool.
Yes, all 90s stuff, 2000s too, but yeah.
Did you play any?
I heard the 90s are coming back.
I
think should.
So. I think so. Like seriously.
Chad, we didn't speak about this, but Christina Ricci was ripping on fucking Lightning Crashes.
Yeah, I saw that.
What? Like, are you kidding me, dude? So Lightning Crashes apparently is in this show, Yellow Jackets or something. And
it's an upcoming, they've done the Yellow Jackets too. I guess it's in one of the scenes.
I mean, how do you not like that song, Matt? I mean,
I heard a rumor that she had an ex-boyfriend who was a big Live fan and he broke up with her, and so that's why she hates it. That's just a rumor. I have no idea.
That's hysterical. I heard
Wednesday's pissed.
I heard the drummer from that band gave her anal and never talked to her again. That's what I heard. That's why she doesn't like the song. I don't know.
I never had sex with Wednesday.
Okay, so it wasn't. Maybe she was talking about Robin Diaz then. I'm sorry. Anyhow,
just one drummer.
That's right. So what's the plan here, though? So do we plan on taking Lilies of David into the stratosphere? Like, are we gonna? What's the goal?
Yeah, definitely. Stratosphere, higher, whatever. No, I don't know. That's a hard thing to like think about. So it's like you got to stay balanced and stuff for sure. Like I kind of resonate with what Chad said about Metallica in a sense, like being like pretty kind of like Zen or like taking it seriously beforehand. I'm not drinking too much. Kind of just like getting my mind right, especially us two as singers. You know, maybe we'll run some scales or something like. You know, just staying balanced because then when we do party and stuff, we can enjoy that and not have to, I don't know, worry about, we just did the set, so we don't have to sing now, you know?
True.
Yeah. But I guess we take it a day at a time and, you know, definitely do our work in terms of like promotion and social media and all that stuff and try to get it to as many ears as possible. Where that takes us, I don't know. That's, you know, up to God, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. Deirdre, I heard you do a little bit of liquid courage to get on stage. Is that true?
Only sometimes. I try not to.
Does it take you? Well, because I guess it could take you out of the game or put you in the game. Have you gotten into the vibe yet on stage where you're in the zone, like it's fucking all cylinders are firing, and you're like, yes, I'm feeling it right now. Have you gotten there? Yeah,
I definitely have, but I feel like the more I do it, the more consistent it will be. And the more my stamina will keep up with playing however long the show is.
Sure.
You know, keep the energy high the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever think about getting some like stage acts, like maybe some dancers on there or fucking?
I would love that.
I look good in a tutu. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
John's volunteering.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna put poles on the stage and see what
Hey,
happens.
now.
You're gonna go on the pole, buddy.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'll be singing on the pole.
If you lick a quarter, stick it to my leg, I'm good. That's what I started doing at strip clubs. No dollars, licking quarters, sticking them to the ladies. That's how you do it. Anyway,
strip club.
At least dollar coins.
They're not worth it. The last time I went to a strip club, it was during COVID, and I caught COVID, believe it or not.
Really? From the strip club?
Well, yeah. So check this out. I go to the strip club, and people are walking around with Jergens bottles, dude. Chicks are walking around with Jergens bottles. This is during COVID-19, the heart of COVID-19. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is a fucking crazy strip club. Like, I didn't realize like that was a thing to do. You just walk around, girls with bottles. Anyway, didn't take anybody up on that. But one of the gentlemen I was with, he's gone for 10 minutes, comes back, and he got a little hand sandwich, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I leave, and the next day I caught COVID. And of course, we're like, what better place to catch COVID but a strip club where you're fucking around people, just fucking creepy people.
Was that considered one of the essential?
Yeah, they were essential.
They were essential.
Were they actually kept open though? Because I know like liquor stores were, because people could die if they don't have alcohol, but were strip clubs essential?
So Satin Dolls, which was in The Sopranos, they had an outside strip club that I would drive by on 17, and you would see they had an outdoor strip club. Didn't go there. This one I went to, I feel like it was going against the law at the time. Like, I feel like they shouldn't have been open. Like, they were not essential, but they considered themselves essential. So yeah, I think they were just going against the grain. I don't think they were technically essential.
Oh, okay.
Stripper lives matter. Come on, man.
Stripper lives matter. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, just the next day I'm like, wow, I don't feel good. Went to the doctor, COVID, man. And then, but of course, right? You're fucking around shady people. Yeah. And it was a funny story. I was on shrooms. I walk in with a couple people. I had a big wad of money with me. I'll tell the story. I had a big wad of money with me. I walk in with people. I give it to somebody because I'm a little I was a little affected by the shrooms. So I hand somebody my money. I'm like, can you hold this? Because I'm not in the right mind to be holding on to it. She goes, yeah. Walks like 10 feet away from me, drops the entire stack of cash that I just gave her. I'm like, oh boy, this is not good.
Ooh.
Yeah. But
who'd you give it to?
I don't know if you met her, but my friend Tina.
Oh, someone you knew.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of the strippers.
No.
Yeah, hold this.
Strippers.
Yeah. If I would have gave it to the stripper, I probably would have got a little handy from the Jergens or something going on. But you know. Anyway, back to the band. Deirdre, you should walk around on stage with a Jergens bottle. Is a little tip for you. Yeah. So what's the deal though? So are we doing just, you did covers last night. Is that something you guys are diving into, or you just want to be original musicians?
Mostly just originals. I mean, we stick a cover or two in our original sets, just, you know, to kind of give the people, we like to give a nice mix of like relatable content. And then we're also giving you all new content. Cause like for us right now, shows are like strictly like advertising and connecting with new audience members and stuff like that. So, you know, we definitely like to keep it relatable to our genre with the covers that we select, but mostly originals for sure.
So there's 6 people in the band. That's a fucking, what are you guys going to do when you go on a real tour? You're going to need like a fucking 2 tour buses or something.
Yeah.
I'll have a van.
Can't wait. Because I mean, and you probably know, Chad, right? Like before you guys were like signed and playing all the big shows and stuff, did you have, I guess, like tour crew members, or were you all lugging it around yourself, especially as a drummer, right?
Yeah. Very early days, my cousin Matt has been with us. Matt Gracey has been with us as a roadie since we started like in high school.
Yeah.
And so we had at least one guy, and we did have another guy who was a friend guy from the neighborhood who would help us. But so yeah, we had a couple people helping us.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to lug. Everyone pitched in and helped, so I had to move some stuff, but except for the singer. The singer never helps. they just grab their microphone and like, there we go.
We're good.
Not us. We move. Well, I move stuff right now. Deirdre's not allowed to because she actually broke her back.
Ooh,
so
that's
that's why we're talking about her jetpack.
But normally I would.
Is your jetpack on, Bing?
Yeah, I have it.
Can we show the audience?
Yeah.
Is jetpack like a brace or something?
Yeah, it looks like a jetpack.
Oh my.
Holy.
Give us a spin. Give us a spin.
Look at this.
Oh geez.
Oh my.
Oh, wow.
How did we do that there, Deirdre?
Yeah, what happened?
Busting out some grooves on stage?
Yeah, right. No, I was in Colorado and I got really excited snowboarding, and I tried to do this insane jump. Ended up landing on my ass.
Wow.
And the
tailbone
just cracked. Yeah, well, it was a little to the right, so it wasn't directly on my tailbone, but the compression just fractured my vertebrae. So
are you in pain?
I'm moving.
Yeah.
It doesn't do much. I'm still moving around on stage and doing what I have to do.
Wow. So you're performing with a broken back. Do you let the audience know, like, hey, I might not be on my game today?
Actually, I don't think I have.
This isn't a corset. It's actually a back brace because I have a broken back. That's fucking wow.
Well, I do take off the brace before I go up, but I thought about wearing it up before, but I think it'd be too much.
I really thought with a broken back, like you might be in a wheelchair or fucking something.
I could have been. Wow. I could have been. I got lucky, but
are we?
My friend Eric Martinez, he was on the show. John, he broke his neck skiing.
Damn.
But obviously he's not paralyzed, but he broke his neck. If he didn't have a helmet on, he would have been probably dead.
Fuck.
So,
yeah, it's dangerous.
Noise.
It's very
This
dangerous.
is one reason I've never snowboarded or skied. Thank you.
Are you nervous to get back on a board?
No, I'm excited.
Really?
I just won't hit a jump like that ever.
There you go.
Yeah, you got to be careful, man.
Yeah.
Were you in pain immediately? Like, how did that come about?
Yeah, as soon as it happened, I heard the crack and I just laid there. And then like kind of just nudged myself out of the way so nobody would land on me trying the same jump. Wow. And I laid there for a few minutes and managed to get up and ride down to the bottom.
Wow.
But the shock was making me see visual patterns and everything. Like it just sent my body into this weird state.
Wow.
I'm going to suggest Keyman insurance, guys.
Yeah.
What? Keyman?
Yeah. If your Keyman dies, you get paid insurance money.
There you go. I like it.
Good to know.
You're taking that policy out soon.
You can take it out on each other. So here you go.
Perfect.
beautiful. But yeah, that's crazy. You got to fucking be careful there.
I know.
My goodness. And come up with a cooler story. Say you got into like a fight with fucking Chuck Liddell from UFC and you beat his ass, but he got one in on you. Wow. So did they have to like helicopter you out? Like did the ambulance come? What happened here?
They were suggesting me take the ambulance, but I didn't.
Wow.
I had the paramedics check me out and everything like that. And I could walk.
Trooper.
I could waddle, really. I was walking real slow for a while.
So, Jared, were you about to fire her from the band after you heard this? Well, you're like, fuck, man.
No, I was a little angry that she did. So after it happened, I thought she went to the hospital in Colorado, and I was like, all right, good. And then I found out when she came back, she's like, oh, she was working her nursing shift. And she's like, I think I should go get an x-ray or something. I was like, wait, you didn't get an x-ray while you were in Colorado?
Wow.
Said, no, they were taking too long and I wanted to go home. And
Deirdre.
so she left.
I didn't want to miss out.
He left, he had FOMO,
Oh boy.
then went snowboarding again or something. I was like, are you kidding me? But
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he's bad.
Wowzers.
I know.
So it was almost Lilies without Deirdre. It would have been the new name of the band.
David.
the Davids.
The
Yeah,
David.
the Davids. Do we have a replacement? God forbid she doesn't heal up and doesn't look the same.
We have a similar singing register.
No.
Doesn't look the same.
No, it's good. Yeah, keep somebody on the back burner.
Yeah, so the audience knows they kind of have a Fleetwood Mac vibe going. They dated back in the day, and now they're just singing together in a band. So,
Need an understudy.
yeah, we need to find a replacement for Deirdre since she's going all crazy over there. And
No, I'm not gonna do it again.
Extreme sports.
yeah, get her out. So who is the songwriter? Do you guys write music together? Is it a solo thing? How do the songs get written?
Mostly together.
Yeah.
But then we'll do our own part on our own. So we might, like when I'm alone, I might work on one song that's interesting me at the time. And words might come, and then I'll see Jeremy and then share it with him.
Nice.
And then vice versa.
Yeah.
So it goes back and
Nice.
forth.
Definitely. I mean, we try to how did it work in live? Who wrote most? Oh wait, we can't really. Can we talk about that right now? Or?
Yeah, we can talk about that. Absolutely, yeah. Sure.
Okay. Was it like a collective thing as a band, or did Ed come in with most of the stuff? How did that work? Because like we're running into not issues, because like I said, Deirdre and I are the primary songwriters here. Like nobody else has written any of the music in terms of melody, arrangement, etc. But, some of them, like some of our band members, like want to come in and start, like they want to have a more collaborative effort on songs, and I think that's cool for certain songs. But definitely I like to be the vision of the band as well.
That's cool. Well, the way it worked with live is, I mean, obviously Ed always wrote the lyrics and melody, but the songs would start with a guitar part that Chad brought in, or sometimes a guitar part that Ed brought in. Sometimes songs started with a bass part, and but we all worked. The magic of the band was that we all worked it together mostly on the song. So like maybe Ed and Chad would go off and like hone their kind of like a guitar idea that he had, and Ed would start vamping lyrics and getting a little melody scratched together. But then we'd bring it into a collective where we'd all sit in a room and hash out the arrangements and figure out the parts, and like, oh, we should extend this, or we should do the bridge longer here, and we'd work on it that way. So that was kind of the process.
And that was
like
the
I said,
magic for live. That was where the magic happened with live. Yeah.
Were there
I
ever
would say,
any like major disagreements in terms of where the song should go? And then if so, how did you work that through, I guess?
oh yeah, there's tons of disagreements. Like, oh yeah, like we maybe sometimes we get to a point in the song, it's like, well, it's not going anywhere, let's scrap it. And some people are like, well, you shouldn't scrap it. And we had a little disagreement. We figured it out. There was times when, there might be an idea brought in, and I'd be like, I don't like that. I don't feel it, so I don't want to do it. And sometimes you had to be a dick, and that happened a lot with me.
Chad, you had said at one point that basically when you guys knew that what was going on, like the hair on the back of your neck stood up, like all four of you, like collectively were like, this is like it right now. Like we're jamming on this song right now. Which that's how the magic, I guess, was happening live back then. They, they would all four in a room and fucking meld it out.
Yeah. I would suggest, just if you want a suggestion with you guys, since you're the primary songwriters, if you want to carve out like a set piece of your publishing to give to band members for their contributions, say like, I don't know if you want to cut out like 20% or 15% or 10% and say, if you guys contribute, you get part of this 10% or whatever that percentage you think would be satisfying. But that's what I would suggest.
Honestly, the way that I've been doing it, because like I said, Deirdre and I are the main songwriters, and we have all the writing credit and publishing because we have, like you said, separate. I've just been giving the band members, whether they contributed anything or not, I still give them like 10% or something.
Cool. Yeah, good way to do it too. Makes it inclusive, gives them incentive to contribute. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially since you know, you guys are all working together. I mean, if you're bringing the bulk of the song and they're adding their parts, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a cool way to do it, because you guys are all in it together, right? I mean, people are doing more of the work, so yeah, I definitely see that. But if they're coming up with their parts and stuff, yeah, that's a good way to do it. Throw
Yeah, in the beginning of Live, on Mental Jewelry, we split everything 25% as far as publishing, and then we started changing that in Throwing Copper. We actually had a big blowout while we were making Throwing Copper, because Ed had his girlfriend at the time, and her name, I forget her name, was Beth, I think, and she was a singer in another band. And she started getting in his ear about, oh, you know, you're the main songwriter because you do all the lyrics and melody. And maybe she was right, maybe she's not. But I mean, like bands like U2 have always split all publishing 25%.
Right.
Because they're all doing, you know, contributing and making the songs. I don't know what's right or wrong. It's kind of worked for Live. It created a lot of animosity, especially between Ed and then Chad. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. My point is, figure it out now. Don't do it later.
Yeah. Because I guess the roles weren't so clearly defined back in the day, and then Chad Taylor's going over there and saying, I wrote Lightning Crashes, or I wrote Selling the Drama, and then fucking Ed's like, wait a second, dude, like, I'm pretty sure I came up with those lyrics and melodies.
Yeah. I mean, famously, even the Beatles had this fucking problem, so you know, what do you do?
Yeah.
But I think bands like Metallica, U2, the bands that seem to work well together, kind of just, I think most of them just split publishing, just here you go. Everyone gets a quarter or whatever it is.
Down, yeah.
You guys did split sheets, right?
Split sheets?
Yeah, so if you know, like, let's say on our most recent single, Skin and Bones, like if I know the parts that I contributed, I know the parts Deirdre contributed. So on the split sheet, we would write exactly who contributed what, just to document everything.
Yeah.
This way, nobody can go back and say, I did this or I did that. It's because we have it written here and everybody signed it anyway.
Yeah, I think we did. That just wasn't familiar with that name. We did something like that for sure. Yeah.
Not for nothing. I feel like you heard me say Skin and Bones a lot growing up. I feel like you stole that from me. So I should have some publishing in that, just so we're aware.
Here we go.
Chad, I mean, no, you know, come on now. No, but yeah, that's smart to kind of tackle it early in fucking split sheets and all that jazz, because you don't want to end up, you know, like, Chad, would you say, like, if you could do this all over again, right? Your 4 friends from Pennsylvania who start Live, and then you end up here, and now you're no longer friends, would you have done it the same way again and come up with the same result? Or would you have not started Live and been friends the entire time?
I would still do the band.
Yes. Good answer.
Maybe set different parameters, not necessarily on publishing, because, you know, I mean, there's part of me that agrees with Ed on the publishing side. He should get more because he writes the lyrics and melody. I get that. That's fine. But there should have been, for us, we never had proper management to manage all of our personalities together, especially the strong ones, which are Chad and Ed. And what happened basically with us is that those two started going at it over whatever, and there was no one there to go. There was no kind of like father figure manager to go, hey, dumbasses, shut the fuck up. Yeah. This isn't how it's going to be. Stop fighting over this bullshit and like just go forward. And then also, as I've said many times, we should have had band therapy so many times. It's like, so I would suggest that too. If you want it, if you're getting into tiffs, have some mediator that can go work it out with you.
That's actually great. That, because I think, to even go back to your other point, John, what you said before, like, where do we want to be? I think a big thing this year, 2025 in particular, we want to find good management so that they can set us up for success of where we're going and everything like that. Because I think that's so important to have like good guidance and a father figure, like you said, when, you know, personalities clash or there are disagreements and stuff like that, just to keep some sort of mediation going on and keep everything kind of copacetic. That would, I agree. I think that's a big thing for us in this year that I'd like to accomplish.
Yeah. Good management is key for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need somebody that could say, hey, you know, this, you're getting a little fucking egotistical here. Your head's getting a little too big. You guys you need somebody to kind of guide you and make sure it's done properly. Because if I remember the Doors movie, like that manager trying to get signed the Doors originally, he was basically telling Jim Morrison, like, fuck this band, get rid of him. Like, you're the fucking dude. Like, so you got to watch out for snaky people like that because they will try to divide and conquer. And yeah. And like Chad knows, the magic of live was those four guys in a room. And once that division happened, that's where the music started to lack. So once, you need somebody to kind of orchestrate that and keep you guys fucking on the same page. So maybe he doesn't have the most connections, but he's better for your band in that aspect. You got to think
our manager was able to open the doors for us and get us a record deal and do all those things. And he was good at that, but he was not good at managing our personalities and like conflict resolution and controlling the egos and like saying, hey, back off with this or stop doing that. It's stupid.
That was Chris Hardin back in the day, Chad?
No, this was a guy named David Sestek. He was very, very key to our success, but just didn't lack the skills to manage the
wherewithal.
Egos, especially as we were taking off and like he was our manager all through the first 4 records up to this to here. So that was a big, that was a big upswing of success and craziness and rock stardom and all that good stuff. So I was like, I just wish we had someone more powerful. And then who took over after that just became basically yes man to Ed.
Chad, here's a question for you.
Never good.
Did you notice egos growing in the band as the success grew? Like, did you see, because you guys are basically 4 dudes from a small town of Pennsylvania, so your egos might have been really kind of low at the time you guys were coming up in the band. But then when you got the success, did you see egos grow and like, this is getting unmanageable?
Not a lot inwardly, like not to us inwardly, but outwardly you could see it happening.
Yeah. Do you, Lilies of David, I'm speaking to you guys have any inroads in there to kind of like, that doesn't happen to you, to where you don't let fucking success get to your brain and like kind of forget where you came from type of deal? Do you think about those things?
I feel like I'm humbled very often. So I haven't come across that issue yet.
I think life always keeps you humble too in a way, but it's like, I think about it, to be honest. And I don't know, like, I think having each other, especially like 2 lead singers and stuff, I think is really good to balance us out.
True.
I mean, I always, because it's a fine line too, because like I believe in our music completely and what we're doing. So like some people might say like that's a little egotistical in a way, but like I believe in it so much. Like, I don't give a fuck what they think or say anyway. Like I know what's going to happen, but I'm not like going out and being like, I'm the best or anything like that. Cause I'm not saying that, but it's just like, I believe in the music and like, no, we'll do something one day. So yeah.
Yeah, believing in yourself and ego, I think, are 2 different things. You have to have that part of you that's like, no, this is good. I want to put it out to the world. You have to have some of that that ego, but I think ego is the wrong word. Just belief in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it comes across as ego, but no, you have to have belief in yourself and your music and know like you're doing it for the right reasons. What are the reasons you're doing music? Is it for fame? Is it for money? Like, what are you doing? Why are you into music?
Go ahead, Bink, you go.
I just enjoy it a lot. So I'd like to see how far it can go. If we can keep releasing our songs and start to make some money, like more money from it, that's awesome. But that's not the reason why. It's not fame. It's not money.
Yeah, those are byproducts. Yeah. Where does the most joy come from in the music process? Is it performing? Is it writing? Is it studio time? Like, where's the joy come from? I really like
writing. I think writing's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like the writing process as well. I think it's the most freeing and open, like at least for Deirdre and I too. Like she said, some songs I'll write all of it. Some songs she'll have more, and then we'll come together and do different things. And no matter who's doing it and when we're doing it, it's always super freeing and creative. And it's just like the music and ideas are coming to us. And that's always a really nice feeling. But I normally hated performing, actually. I've actually grown to like it more and more now as we do it more and more. And then the studio I always love, since I produce it as well. Like I've always loved the studio and getting in there and, you know, doing our thing.
What was it about the live performance that you didn't like? Was it nerves? What was the unexciting part about it?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Like maybe it was a little bit of nerves, but I think I wanted to make sure that, and I think this is something we're still developing too, since it's a, you know, I can say a newish band. I mean, we've been around for, like, we've been doing stuff for a bit and preparing, but we just had our first release and we have all of our releases planned out for the year in 2026 and everything. But, you know, it's a newish band. And I think we're still finding our identity. It's becoming more clear, but I think some of the nerves came from feeling maybe ingenuine on stage, or a little bit of imposter syndrome in a way. Yeah. You know, like how can I go up there and smile and, you know, give it, like, I don't know. I felt like sometimes I would see it and be like, oh, that person's faking it. And I never wanted to come across that way. You know, I wanted to be real and genuine and the energy be there. And now I'm really feeling that. So I'm actually enjoying it a lot more. But I think it was a bit of that, like, am I supposed to be here doing this? You know, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, did you ever have any of that? Like when you guys were first performing, like, did you get nerves when you went up? Like, or was it just like exciting and let's go out there and do
nerves,
this?
Yeah. But I never felt like about like imposter syndrome. Never felt that, but you know, everyone's different. But it's definitely nerves. Yeah, I mean, you're nervous.
And you were so young,
right?
Yeah,
we were teenagers, and when we were starting, and we were doing a lot of covers, and we started writing originals and bleeding those in, and that was kind of the most nervous, is playing your new songs when you're playing a cover set, and then you thought, here's one of our originals, like how that's going to go over. But you know, you just got to go out there and fucking take it till you make it. And that point, that's part of the performing. As a professional performer, you got to sell it, right? That's 100%. What you got to do.
100%. And it has to every time too, no matter how. And that's something that I think I found it actually now, but it's like, no matter how you're feeling, especially as singers too, like, cause your voice changes every day. Like you wake up and the air might be too fucking cold that you slept in. And now you're going to wake up and your vocal cords are going to be in a different place. So you have to calibrate every day. And no matter what, you have to go out, no matter what you're feeling, thinking, whatever, and stay consistent and give the audience a good show. And so I think that's where, like, you start to separate from doing it for fun to this is a professional thing now, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Have you guys gotten to the part where you could just let loose on stage and like have that fun? Like, cause I'm sure when you guys are like practicing, wherever you guys practice and stuff like that, like that's probably where you feel kind of free and your vibe is out there and stuff. But do you get like on stage where you're having fun and just like, forget this performance. We don't need to be perfect. Let's go out there and fucking rock and have fun. Are you getting that vibes, or is it like, this is a serious performance? I gotta go out there and do good.
Have fun.
Yeah.
I would say.
Good.
We don't take it serious at all live. I mean, like, obviously we want to be good. So like we'll rehearse and stuff, but like, you can't have the mind, like you can't go in there of the mindset of, oh, I'm going to fuck this up, or I have to sing this high C or something. Like you can't even think about that, because then you probably will fuck it up. So it's kind of like, it's live, shit happens, go out and have fun. And if you're having fun, the audience will likely have fun too.
Hell yeah. Are you guys coordinating outfits like the Beatles did and wearing some cool shit?
We started.
Yeah, I was going to say we started.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now with the like social media, the videos and stuff like that, is this stuff that you guys are part of the creative process? Are you putting this on other people? How does that come about when you guys are putting together a video or whatever?
So, yeah, I mean, we have a really good team right now, like social media team, and photographer and videographer and stuff. And so like, we always have and I'd say more because Deirdre's probably naturally more busier than I am. So I've kind of like stepped into helping with the content as well. So like we have a say in the content and stuff like that, but we still have somebody posting for us. And I have access to the socials too. So if I am commenting, like, there are some comments that come from me and stuff too. So I am interacting with people that do like our music, but we do have a great like social media team and videographer and photographer and stuff. So it's definitely starts with Deirdre and I, like with the vision, and then we go out and explain it to them, and they help us execute it and stuff. So
now the name Lilies of David, it almost seems biblical. Is that any truth to that? Where'd we come up with the name?
So there were a couple of iterations of the band, the band name. Some really bad ones too. Like, what were some of them, Bink? Do you remember?
Academy Hill was one.
Stupid.
And then, yeah.
Academy Hill?
Stupid names.
I'll give you ours after you give me yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Academy Hill. I don't remember. I think one because I was.
You were in a dream or something.
Bobby might like this one because I was really. I mean, I still am into investing in crypto, but I think we're gonna go with Ethereum at one point because I'm a big fan of Ethereum. So there were some bad ones in there, but Lilies of David like really came organically, and I shared it with Deirdre, and she liked it, and then the band liked it, and so we kept it, and it's been working. And ever since, I remember the first show we like went out, that was nerve-wracking.
Open mic.
Yeah, the open mic, and they said Lilies of David, and I was waiting to feel if I felt uncomfortable or not, but it felt right, and everybody liked it, so we kept it.
If you guys, when you guys make it and be famous, everyone's going to call you David.
They thought I was Lily yesterday.
Right, exactly. You're gonna be Lily. You're gonna be David. Just
already happening.
Just like Hootie.
They're like, "What's up, Lily?" I'm like, "Nothing." I just rolled with it.
Yeah.
They actually somebody messaged me too, or messaged the Lilies of David account, it was the Lilies of David account, and they said, "This is for David," and like continue to like. It was something, I forget what it was, PR or something. And we were just like, yep, sounds good.
It's like there's no Lilies and no Davids in this band.
Right.
Get it right. So what's the plan here? Are you guys going to do like singles all like before the album, or are you guys plan on doing like a full album? Like what is the release schedule or whatever for Lilies of
We're
David?
doing like a 5 to 6 week release schedule of singles for 2025, and like probably 7 singles, and then we're going to culminate those 7 singles plus an additional 3 into a full album for the beginning or the end of 2025. So we have our next release in March, and then 5 to 6 weeks after that, we'll have another single release, and then it'll all come into an album at the end. And then we'll push that for all of 2026 or as long as we can. And then we'll be working on the new stuff in the meantime too. But we definitely live in like a singles world right now in terms of like music, from what I've observed at least.
Oh yeah.
Your songs are catchy. I mean, I could totally see them. I mean, they got commercial value. They got, I could see them being in movies. I could see them being a podcast theme. If you guys want to write a theme for us, we're looking.
As long as Chad can drum on it.
Yeah.
I can play. Sure.
There we go. I play the piano with my penis like President Zelensky of Ukraine. So if you guys want some of that, let me know. I play a good eeny, meeny, miny,
what
mo.
did you guys call him? Midget G.I. Joe?
Half pint G.I. Joe.
Oh.
Crazy world. So do you guys get into politics as a young band? Or are you staying away from that? What are we doing?
Yeah. I would say stay away from it.
Absolutely not.
I'm pretty center.
Good. There you go. Good.
Yeah. Good. Nobody wants to hear your politics on stage, folks. We'll tell you that. Tell you that now.
Either way.
If you want, get a podcast if you want.
Yeah.
Bill Hines says you need me on cowbell in the band, just so you folks are aware. I'm open. I'll get a stripper pole and a cowbell. I'm in.
Hell yeah.
But Jared, where did you get into music? Like, did you have an influence or something, like an older brother that maybe got you into guitar or something? Like, how did you get into that world?
Definitely. Yeah, my manager who robbed me of all our money. Yeah, no.
That
Colonel
guy.
Sanders.
That's it. Yeah.
Uncle Tom robbed all my money. Yeah, but no. Yeah, definitely.
We actually do have an Uncle Tom.
I have an Uncle Tom,
he's
too.
retarded, but
Oh, he's dead now, though.
do you?
Uncle Tom.
Yeah, he's dead. By
Yeah.
the way, hey now. Jokes here, folks. He is dead, but I don't know why I'm joking about our dead Uncle Tom. Anyway, but go ahead. Back to what we were talking about. What were we talking
you
about?
definitely you were always playing guitar, and I definitely liked it. And I remember you bought me my first guitar for. I think there's like a photo somewhere laying around too. I was like super excited and happy, but yeah, you definitely. I would say even you probably were the biggest influence, because without you playing guitar, getting me into it, I would have never found music in this capacity. I've always liked listening as an audience member, but I would have probably never started writing or anything. And I remember, when I was doing a lot of theater and musical theater and acting and stuff, you said, why don't you go into music full time? And that was like years before I even started Lilies of David. And I was like, no, we're not, I'm not good enough in that sense. Like it, I just like playing it and stuff like that. But if I listened to you then, we probably would have been even further now. You know what I mean? So,
well, it's cool, Chad. So, getting to show my younger brother just like some stuff on the guitar, and then within months, he was like way better than me at it. So it was kind of cool to show him a couple chords and then just watch him progress. And I'm like, oh, this little kid is fucking taking over here.
Very cool.
So it was cool to see. And he picked it up real quick. He was, what were you, like 7, dude, when you picked up your first guitar? Something young, man.
Yeah.
There's like, we have like photos like him mad young playing guitar. The good old days. Deirdre, how'd you get into music though?
I actually got a Christmas present too, but it was from my mom. She got me a keyboard. So I just started noodling around on the keyboard and then singing along to it, playing basic chords. I just really enjoyed it. So I just kept playing around with covering different songs. And then I met Jeremy, showed him some things I had recorded, and he told me that I should pursue music.
Oh, cool.
And that's what got me going. And here we are.
She was naturally just a good singer too. Because I wasn't expecting it, because we were just starting dating at that time and stuff too. And she showed me, I was like, holy shit, you can, you have good pitch and naturally just really good pitching, a good ear. I was like, you can sing, you should think about that. And then we started throughout our relationship, just started writing together. And that's kind of organically how it happened. But yeah, she definitely was naturally a good singer without any lessons or anything.
Very cool. Nice.
Wow. That is very cool. Yeah, I mean, Chad, do you do any singing?
I sang backups on the first 2 records. Yeah.
Really? I did not know that.
I was
trying to be funny here.
Really?
Before my balls dropped.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, it's high parts in Pain Lies on Riverside, and
good song.
There's if there the song Horse. The high part, the high melody backup part on that's me.
Get the fuck out of here. How cool. There was a untitled track called Horse on Throwing Copper. That it was like a kind of a country-esque song, right?
That's cool.
Speaking of that, Chad, because it just sparks up my brain. That was such a different take from all the rest of your music. Where did that song come from?
I don't even
totally different.
Remember, to tell you the truth. I don't even know. I don't even remember who brought it to practice and how it even evolved. I can't even remember. But I know we were funny. Do we want to put because everyone was doing secret tracks at that point on CDs. And so we're it's our secret track. We won't give it a title. But yeah, I sang backups on the first record while we were on tour, and we were starting to really get kind of heavier with the playing, and Chad started playing more distorted guitar, and we just at some point I was just like, I don't want to play drums and sing. This is too much.
Phil Collins over there, bro. Look at you. Studio or whatever. Gotta love Phil Collins, man. Dude, can you believe that that's a thing that he ruined Genesis? I think he fucking added to Genesis. I like me some Phil Collins. Am I alone here?
I've always liked Phil Collins. Did he ruin Genesis? I had never heard that.
That's the rumor, bro. That he fucking
maybe he
ruined
wanted to get rid
Genesis,
of Gabriel
man.
and fucking take it over and do it himself. Who knows?
That's it. I heard he blew Peter Gabriel out of the band. Anyway. But yeah. So I'm joining Lilies of David and I'm taking over.
Here we go.
As Phil Collins style. Yeah, baby. But so how now do you guys have any bands like that you on like that you tour with, or any bands that you made friends with or anything like that you could kind of see maybe putting like a little college tour together, like you and fucking I don't know.
There's like I feel like every band we meet, we just we like them all, you know. We haven't ran into like any dickheads really yet, you know.
Oh, you will.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. But we're very like, I try to keep to myself too. I don't, if another band comes up to me and talks, great, but I'm not like going out of my way, you know, just because like I like to protect myself and the rest of the band and stuff. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of like great bands we've connected with, and I would love to do like, and maybe an East Coast tour in the fall or something with. Yeah.
You might get to a scenario where your crew fucks up a relationship because something happened. Dave Matthews Band opened for us back in like 1991 or 92 in Richmond, Virginia. They were big in Richmond. We were having success with their first record, and they opened for us, and something went down with our crews. I still don't even know what the fuck happened. They hate us to this day.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Like, wasn't us. It was our crew. I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite bands fucking warring.
Gotta bet the crew members then, Bing.
God damn them. But yeah, so I mean, when you guys go to these shows, like, is your music like, are you playing with like hard band? Because I remember going back to shows like back in the day, and like the Jersey music scene, it was like really hard, fucking heavy bands like in Jersey, like playing. Are you guys finding like similar artists on bills that you're doing, or is it like all different types of bands like kind of on the bill?
We try to find, you know, bills that fit us for sure, that we could add something to, you know, like because I think that just makes the whole experience better if it's kind of if somebody's going for alt pop rock, which is what we are, then, you know, great, you know, but we're also, I think we would stick out if we were on a bill with like heavy metal bands, or, you know, like I think it would, you know, I don't know. I don't want to give somebody something they're not looking to listen to, you know?
Yeah. Would you, if let's say you walked into a show, you don't know the bands on the bill, you walk in, it's like a heavy fucking just heavy crowd, everybody's wearing black. Do you have any songs you could pull out where you're like, raw, 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 raw? You know, like, can you get some of those
Nice.
heavy jams? Yeah.
Maybe not me. I can't really do the screamo yell type stuff. The heaviest I can get is like Nirvana, like Kurt Cobain distortion. That's the heaviest I can get vocally.
Gotta throw some Limp Bizkit in there.
Yeah, people were asking us to play Limp Bizkit last night. I was like, dude,
Nice.
I've listened to one Limp Bizkit song, and it was them covering Behind Blue Eyes.
George
it was
Michaels.
them covering was it The Who, right?
We did it all for the nookie. Yeah.
Yeah, the nookie. Come on, the nookie. And stick it up your yeah. Fred Durst, man, that guy got a lot of vagina, I think. He was banging the ladies.
He did
back
it
in
all
the
for the
day.
nookie, man.
God bless him. He did it all for the nookie, is right. Yeah, but it's got to be fun up there, though. I mean, getting out, performing. Do you guys like? I'm trying to think like what you could do to get rid of the nerves. Chad, like, is there some kind of thing they could do, like maybe smelling salts or something they could sniff before
those are
to
pretty
get rid
good,
of
by
nerves?
the way. The smelling.
I've heard of it. Yeah, that's
I've
kind
heard
of like a new thing is bubbling under, like smelling salts.
It
Gets
is.
you out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I would just maybe be nervous before the show, and I would sit down and like first note, my nerves just go away because I was like into the zone. So
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
advice to give for that.
No,
Smelling salts.
Uh,
Do that.
I think we're in a pretty good flow right now with terms of nerves. Like I haven't really. It's been pretty excitement for me, and I think Bink too, Deirdre too. Like,
Yeah.
I've definitely seen her come a long way with the nerves as well. So I don't know. I think we're doing good in that aspect. I will tell you this: the last show that I was nervous for, this was funny, but I somehow got responsible with bringing the drum equipment to the gig for Derek because we were opening for this band called American Aquarium at House of Independence, and we got asked to join the bill like pretty late on, like probably a week out. And so I just told the band like, hey, I think we should do this. It's a good band to play for and meet and connect with. And they're like, cool. So we did it, but everybody was coming from work and stuff. So Derek was like, can you bring my drum stuff? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like still packing up all my guitar stuff. I have our in-ear rack and everything else that I'm bringing. And I forgot, what did I forget, Bink? I forgot his kick pedal. I forgot his snare drum.
Oh,
and I forgot, I think like a rack tom or something too. So I get there, I'm like, wait, this is like 3 pieces of the drum set. And we go on, I thought we were going on at 7. So I thought Derek would have enough time to get the drum equipment. And then they're like, by the way, guys, you're on at 6:30. And it was like 6 o'clock at that point. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I was freaking out. So we went to Guitar Center. Luckily, it was 10 minutes away. And we were able to rent everything in time.
Nice.
Wow.
I was shitting my pants. And we have it all on video too.
Yeah.
The videographer thought it was, for all you guys, I was stressing the fuck out. They were videotaping everything before too. So
yeah.
That's great. That's good content right there.
So Chad, not only did I help my brother by show him a couple chords on the guitar, but I also was able to hire him at one point to work for this company that I had ran at one point. And since he, is the brother of the owner, he didn't have to go in on time. So he figured out how to go late all the time. So he's a late person. Every time he goes anywhere, he's always like a couple minutes late.
Not for the band gigs though. I've been I'm pretty responsible with that stuff. I think I've outgrown that a little bit. Just because if you're late to that, I mean, I don't know what happens at that point.
That's right. If you're early, you're on time.
That's
right. If you're on time, you're late.
Yep.
Dude, I used to hate hearing that from fucking bosses. If you're fucking early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Fuck you, dude.
Pretty sure you said that. You probably said that to me a few times at Gorilla Vapes. Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, so all exciting times. So that's the deal. So we're gonna do 7 singles, man. That's a lot of singles. How many did we have on Throwing Copper, Chad? How many singles did you guys have on?
Oh, we had 3. And then All Over You became kind of de facto 4th single. We didn't officially put it out, so 3 official singles.
Wow, I feel like that should have been a single. That was a fucking
radio
really
just simultaneously, like all across the country, started playing it after Lightning Crashes. Just kind of picked it up. We didn't officially put it out, and we didn't make a video for it. But anyway, 3 singles.
You guys were signed on that though, right? On Throwing Copper.
Yeah, we were signed from our first record, Mental Jewelry. Yeah, we signed in 91. We signed in 91, made the record in summer 91. The first single came out in November of 91. The record came out New Year's Eve 91. So, yeah.
Yeah, so Chad told a cool story. So, I guess it was 94. They were on like a tour or something, and then they came back and like they were kind of in a touring bubble. Like he didn't realize like how big the band had gotten.
After 95 touring for Throwing Copper. Yeah. We were gigantic.
And then Chad goes back to like York, Pennsylvania for a family party, and like his cousins are asking him for autographs and shit. And he's like,
it was worse than that. Like it was Christmas. This is a Christmas party that my mom's cousin has had every year. And I still go to it now, but every year they have a Christmas Eve party. Nice. And I had been to that thing like many, many times at that point. I think I was 24, so 24 years basically. going to this same Christmas party, Christmas Eve, and I get there and there's a bunch of other new people. And I'm like, who the fuck are all these people? And it's all of my cousins, my great cousins' friends. And they put me, they corner me in this back room, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? They're all like autographs and taking pictures, and I was like, hey, I'm still the same guy but was here last year. I just came here for some ham and some cookies. Like, you know, that's when I kind of like, oh shit, we're huge. Okay, got it.
That's sick.
Jared, I don't know if you know this, but Aunt Renee's ex-husband, we have an Uncle Nick, and his daughter knew you guys, Chad, from, I think she went to school with you guys from York, Pennsylvania. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jared? Uncle Nick, Aunt Renee's
Yeah, I know
ex-husband?
Uncle Nick. I don't know his daughter, though.
He has a daughter, dude. I don't know if she was fucking with me or something, because as a kid, like, I had liked you guys. You were one of my favorite bands. And she told me that she knew you guys, like, hung out with you and blah, 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 blah. And to this day, I don't know if she was fucking with me and lied to me, but I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out. I'll be able to find that out.
We probably went to different high schools
and
together.
Then,
a lot of people did that.
Different high schools together. I love it. But she seemed legit, dude. So I'm going to have to ask Aunt Renee what Uncle Nick's daughter's name was, because I don't even remember. But I remember as a kid, I'm like, no fucking way, you know those guys? And
they gave you the name. It's like somebody commented in the Michelle D'Ambrosia.
Oh, there it is, Michelle D'Ambrosia. Who said that? That is, Mom. That is the name, Michelle D'Ambrosia. Do you know that name,
Does
Chad?
not ring a bell, but it could have been someone, you know, maybe Chad or Ed knew her, or Patrick. I don't know, but that doesn't ring a bell to me. But
she lied, bro.
I'm not saying she lied. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't recognize the name. I might recognize your face. I don't know.
She wasn't much to look at. I'll just say that. Sorry, Uncle Nick. Anywho, she wasn't related by blood. She wasn't, she was marriage. She was marriage family. And no longer part of it. Anyway, so back to the regular scheduled programming. So you guys played last night. I think you have a gig, tomorrow night?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, we have tomorrow's a content day. We have to shoot a bunch of content with the band. Yeah. That's a thing now. We have days where we have to shoot content for social
It's hard
media.
to get everybody together.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming to that time now. I didn't even think about that. Band, you got to have all the characters there. Hey, if you need somebody to fill in, I could be a fucking Derek for, a day, or I could wear a Deirdre wig if you need.
Different people in, see if anyone recognizes them.
We should. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That was Blues Traveler, right? That was their first video. That was the theme behind it. They were doing like a Wizard of Oz thing where Blues Traveler was like playing behind the curtain, and like some sexy band was playing in front of the curtain, because John Popper is a big old dude. What a fucking harmonica player, dude. Not for nothing, not to like switch gears here, but I've never heard anybody rock a harmonica like John Popper.
Yeah, we toured with them. It's wild to watch in person. Like live.
Wow. Crazy. And he's huge, bro. Like, where the I can't believe he has that breath. Like, I've figured
he got a stomach staple and he ate through it.
Wow.
I know somebody who did that. I'm not mentioning names, Chad, but this is crazy. So I know a girl who went through that procedure, right? Stomach staple, and then had to get the extra skin cut off of the belly. And she asked me after the surgery, she showed me the scar and said, like, what does this look like? And when I saw it, dude, it looked like Frankenstein. Like, it was the creepiest scar I've ever seen. It was jagged, huge, all along the belly. And she asked me what it looked like. I don't know how to say, like, that looks horrible. You should get your money back. I was like, it looks good. I don't know what to tell, but it was bad, dude. Like, it looked like a science experiment. And
squirrel.
Not to go a step further, but one of my friends went to sleep with her after this happened and left the room after he saw it. But anyway,
that's like a stripper with a C-section scar.
Yeah, that's when you don't lick the quarter and stick it. You tell her to get away, man. Hey now. But yeah, I don't know why I brought that up, but always good times to bring that up.
Squirrel.
Anyway. Hey now, where'd that go? So yeah, so that's the plan. So 7 singles, that's a lot. Are you going to try to get the do you want your music to be commercialized? Because I know a lot of bands maybe don't want their songs in commercials. I know that was the thing back in the day. Rock stars were like, I don't want to sell my songs to commercials. Are you guys against that?
No.
For it?
Not against it. I mean, we write.
No, don't be against it.
Yeah, we write pop music. I mean, it's, you know, we're not breaking any boundaries here, really. I mean, yeah, we'll do like some cool, like we'll add our own spin to it and like some sort of modulation or something, but it's pretty straightforward, the music nowadays, like what they're producing. So yeah, we don't mind being in commercials and all that stuff. That'd be cool.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Don't be too cool for school. Chad, actually, so you remember Nirvana back in the day, they would be like, we don't want to be rock stars. We don't want to be in interviews, but yet they did every interview that came their way.
Persona,
Live was,
I think he was bullshitting, to be honest.
Yeah. It's like punk
Definitely.
attitude.
Yeah.
Live actually took that attitude and didn't want to do interviews. If I remember correctly, like you guys were really like, we just want to play music. We're not really even into that type of deal.
Also our
is that true?
record company president at the time, he hated magazines, and so he wouldn't let us. We were offered to cover Rolling Stone many times in like 94 or 95, and we didn't take it. He told us not to. We're like, whatever, stupid, should have just done it.
Cuckoo. Yeah, luckily you were Rolling Stone's artist of the year.
That's when we took it, because he was
1995.
like, okay, the fans voted for this. This is Gary Kerfus, and we're like, okay, yeah, but we missed a lot of opportunities. Whatever.
Wow.
Could you have done it? Could you have gone against him and done it anyway?
We could have, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you kind of listen to your manager, and what a fucking.
Well, he was the
moment
president
that
of the
dude was.
record
I'd been
label,
like,
so he had a little sway over. Like, oh, if you do that, I'm going to cut off tour support. Whatever he could have said.
yeah, what an idiot. I'll tell you guys, do everything.
Exactly.
Do gay porn. Put your music.
Well, I don't know about
Put
gay
your
porn,
music
but
in
do
gay
it. Do all press. Fuck it.
Do it all. Yeah. What do they say? There's no press or bad press. There's no bad press. Any press is good press. Something like that.
Press.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I even say like make up fake things like Jussie Smollett, and you guys know that Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
Chad, you know that
Do
guy?
I know him? No, but I know the story.
I went to high school.
Oh, you
with
really
him,
did?
Dude. He was in my. Yeah, I swear to God, I didn't know. Yeah, Michael DeBarge, Jeremy. He was friends with Jussie, and he was like interviewed at the time. Like, what a fucking weird dude, bro.
Yeah, Juicy Smollett.
Yeah, Juicy. Oh, is that what it is?
No, that's what Dave
Juicy
Chappelle. That's what
Smollett.
Dave Chappelle called him when he fucking told the story.
Juicy Smollett. Yeah.
Exactly.
Juicy Smollett. But my God. Yeah, that was bad press, and that was not good press. I think he almost went to jail.
Yeah, lying is not good.
No.
Yeah.
No. What lie can we come up with, though, to get you guys in the limelight, though? Let's think about this. Deirdre killed her father. That's a good one. I don't see the captain. He's a boat driver.
Just let him know.
Let him know.
You have to fake your death
when is
so we can get some press. Okay, got it.
He would understand.
Hey,
As long as you get me my yacht.
I was gonna say he wants to kill it, so
right.
Yeah,
he's got to work for it.
The Gracious Yacht. Deirdre will let you work the stripper pole on the Gracious Yacht. Yes, we will. So the Skin and Bones came out when? A couple days ago.
February
Last
7th.
week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
February
it's about 2
7th.
weeks.
Yeah.
Rock on. Have we heard any critiques from it? I mean, have you had any critics? Not fans, but any critics who were like, well, if I would have wrote this, I would have done it this way. Anybody fucking critiquing?
Bad to me yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard any like
Good.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard like bad critique. Yeah, I haven't. No, I don't. I mean, it's sitting around like 10K streams only. Like I don't know. Like it's
Rock
you know,
on.
I don't think it's gotten into enough ears for people to be like, I could have done this better or something, you know.
Well, I could have done it better. Just saying. No. It's a cool song. I mean, I've gotten to hear some of the other songs that are coming out. I'm excited. I really am. To see what you guys are going to do. Lilies of David, a South Jersey band that's taken over. Am I lying?
No.
Oh wow.
Deirdre, you're
No,
laughing.
I was laughing at him.
Oh, you doing?
Yeah.
Yes. But when is the next show? Talk to us.
I believe.
Do we have anything lined up?
I think in March 16th, I think. I don't even, I stopped, once it's booked, I just put it in a calendar and I let my app remind me when it is. But I believe.
Nice.
The way to be. I told you, Chad, he'll be late. He will be late to that gig. But that's good. So Skin and Bones came out February 7th. Do we have any, do you guys have a release schedule, or are you guys kind of just playing it by ear and all that jazz?
No, we have a release schedule. We're looking to release our next single, Diamonds and Ruins, by March 21st.
I was just about to tell Bobby to pull up fucking Skin and Bones, and where is he? He's not in our green room. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, we're gonna play you guys out with some Skin and Bones, but I'm gonna look for it over here. What is Skin and Bones about? Do we go into meanings of songs? Bobby, where are you? Not on camera. Pull up Skin and Bones, dude. I don't see your camera.
I could put it in the chat too on the YouTube if you want.
Or yeah, I think do you guys have share screen capability? If you have it up, share screen and let's let the audience hear a little. I think we played it once on here, Chad, didn't we?
Yeah, we played something. I don't know if it's that song because I didn't know what the title was, so it could be.
All right, so I
sent
it here.
A YouTube link too, but yeah, it's fun.
All right, hold on a second here. I am working the board, folks. Let's see if I know how to do it. Share screen. Share this. Boom shakalaka. Lilies of David. Get ready. This is cool. This is the video. We'll watch a little bit of it. You got sound?
Mm-hmm.
Skin and bones, nobody knows. Sold my soul just to be with somebody new. Am I fucked up? No matter what you say, I still can't seem to shake the ghost of you. I'll never fill your expectation. Another wasted explanation, and I feel myself falling in.
Yeah.
I don't wanna feel that way again. So there I fell, a magic spell is either dumb or lost in fields right next to hell. Should I be done? We've had fun. Should have been done before the sun set on our lies. I'll never fill your expectation. Another wasted explanation, and I feel myself falling in. I don't wanna feel that way again.
Chad, that's the drummer. Do you want to take him out and get rid of him and show him how to really play
Doing
some
a
beats?
terrific job. Come on.
Skin and Bones by Lilies of David right there, folks. So how did you guys come up with that video concept? That's pretty cool.
It was Jeremy's idea.
Yeah, I wanted to like do something like kind of, because it's the first single we're releasing, so I wanted to be like like bringing you into our world kind of thing. That's why I'm showing like snippets of like who we are, what we're doing, working in the studio, back scene, you know, B-roll type stuff. But I also wanted, like, I had this idea of like that like 90s composition pad that kind of like, not that this song sounds like the 90s, because it obviously sounds like modern pop kind of music, but it kind of, the guitar tone was a bit 90s. And so I was like, all right, like maybe we could take the composition book and then like do like a stop motion thing and keep it all under a certain budget as well, because obviously that's a concern. So like we had Deirdre, who also is an artist, draw all the lyrics for the video, because we wanted to emphasize the lyrics as well. So she wrote down each thing. We snapped a picture of each letter and then we put it into like a stop motion thing. So yeah,
pretty cool.
It's
Looks
cool.
great.
Came out really great.
Thank you.
Where'd you guys film those beach scenes?
Jersey beaches? Farragut Bay. It was actually
freezing
that day. It was we did that in, was it December, Bink? January, December? It was
it was cold.
It was really cold. It was like under 30 degrees. No, it couldn't have been under 30 degrees.
People were looking at us like,
it was cold. Yeah, people were like, what are you guys doing? Yeah.
Wow. So I'm guessing no permits for that then. You might owe the township some money.
Fuck 'em.
They didn't catch you. But that's cool. You're doing some rebel shit then. Did anybody fuck with you while you were filming?
Super supportive. And they're like, we're going to follow your band and listen to your music. I said, great. Yeah.
Rock on. The island probably got some cool. Do they do any Long Beach Island? Do they do any like music festivals or anything like that?
Yeah, oh yeah. There's a bunch of good stuff happening in Jersey. I mean, See Here Now Festival happens in Asbury. Long Beach Island has some like hop sauce, Deirdre?
Yeah, hop sauce. And they're growing each year.
Bird and Betty's does a bunch of great acts. Yeah, there's some good venues and stuff around.
Yeah.
Rock on. Well, I'm excited for you guys. Is the plan here to take this? We said to this, would the ultimate goal just to be like touring musicians, making a comfortable living, just enough to pay the bills? Is that like, would that be enough of the goal?
Yeah, definitely.
Be able to travel and get paid and play music while we do it.
Yeah.
Listen,
I just want to afford a few dirt bikes. That's what I'm in it for. I just want.
There you go.
I want a few dirt bikes
and a yacht.
And a yacht. All right. So she's got aspirations. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dirt bikes you could probably afford that now. So yeah, go for the yacht. Look for the yacht.
Yeah.
And then I'll be podcasting from underneath the the water. Yeah, so that's exciting. So what's the plan? So college tour, I'm telling you, that's a good idea, good avenue you guys are starting to get into. So Rutgers was the first one we played. You guys went to Stockton, right? Deirdre, you were there too? I think so.
No, I didn't go to Stockton.
Oh, never mind. Maybe you got some old friends there that want to have you guys play some shows.
Oh yeah. I think there's I think the college shows are kind of like unlimited. I think that's, to book and stuff. You just have to know the right person. But yeah, I think that would be a good thing to always do.
Yeah, it's a good circuit to do.
Yeah, until we can't. Yeah.
What is if people want to book you? Where can they go to? Is there like a social media site or anything like that?
We have a website, liliesofdavid.org, and I believe the booking information is on there. But also they could email us at the person that handles it at liliesofdavid@gmail.com.
Rock on.
Yeah.
So is that the deal? I think, what would you say, Chad? The most important part of trying to get your band out there is the touring part. Like, what would you say, like, as far as getting the music out?
Oh, touring for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And anything, right? Birthday parties, fucking bowling alleys, wherever.
Yeah, many gigs as you can. Get in front of faces. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'll hire at the Manahawk and bowling lanes. I could see you guys rocking that place out there.
I like that place. I was just there before. We shot some content there. It's fun.
I haven't been there in a while, but yeah.
Lights.
Good old bowling lanes, man. I bowled the 300 one time.
Perfect.
Nintendo Wii, but Nintendo Wii.
All right, Munson, take it easy.
Okay, now. All right, let's bring on Bobby to David.
What happened? You said that my camera.
You're good
What?
now. Bobby's got another show on in the background. What are you listening to?
I don't have.
There
Oh
we
my
go.
god, bro.
Anyway, so Lilies of David and Bobby.
What's up,
No,
Bobby?
I was looking. How you doing, Jeremy? I was just thinking about how you said that you were gonna release the album on my birthday, and I was like, wow, yeah, that's February 7th. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
we
awesome.
did it.
And
They
We
did it.
So-
Came and went. That's what the single was about. Bobby, Skin and Bones.
Mhm.
I was what do you mean skin and bones? I weigh more than you do.
Yes, you do.
All right. I was going to what was I gonna say? I was gonna say you guys sound like great. You sound like the best music I've heard since the 90s, probably.
Damn.
Bobby was
90s
actually-
like one of the 90s was one of the last great eras of music, I think. After that, music has gone to shit. There's no creativity, nothing. It's terrible. You guys sound great though, you really do.
Thank you.
Bobby before the show said that you guys were better than a band called Live. I don't know who he's talking about, but
No, Live
crazy.
is still one of my favorite bands. I was looking at the comments and somebody's like putting up like their WhatsApp account. I'm trying to figure out who this is. Like,
Oh,
why
boy.
are they posting in our comments their WhatsApp?
oh, I
it's
see
crazy.
that. Let's show it on the screen. Anyway,
All right,
Bobby-
so listen.
Oh no.
Listen, I got something I want to show you. This is a girl that I know. Her name's Stephanie Locke. This is one of her photos on
be
America's
scared.
favorite.
Be scared, people. Be scared.
America's favorite photos. If you want to vote for it, vote for her. Give her a number one. Make her number one.
Let's
This
see.
is one of her photos.
No.
Oh,
Thank you, Will.
Look at him.
so adorable. What's her name?
I don't know the
Susie.
cat's name. I don't know the cat's name. I don't know her cat's name. She was just telling me about the photo page.
Hey, Bobby, you have any stories for them? Success stories? Like what should they do to make?
I think they're doing everything that they should be doing. I think they're doing great. I really do. I mean, you're doing everything that you could be doing.
You heard it
I don't
here,
see-
folks.
I don't see what
Bobby-
else they could be doing. They're
Bobby
doing
says-
perfect.
Bobby says they're doing perfect, and I believe him. Do you guys believe
Like,
him? That's the most important part.
The thing about the management, the thing about getting the management early is probably the best thing that you need to do is you need to focus on as a management. But otherwise, everything else is top notch, bro. Everything.
What do you
I
say,
love the
Bobby?
music. I really love the music.
Have me be their manager. I take 90, they take 10.
Yeah.
Sound
Right.
good? Bobby's a good manager. I don't know if you're looking for him for like the top of the notch manager. Bobby is
Yeah, I
your
try,
go-to
you
guy.
know?
I'd hire
Try.
Bobby.
Bobby's got connections with. Don't you know the drummer from Live, Bobby?
I know. I do know him. I know him.
Who knows that guy? What the hell?
I know this.
Chad
I
jerked
know
off
this
that guy.
wannabe. I know this wannabe comedian. He's pretty good though.
He's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He had a good idea the other day. He was I posted a video about it,
Uh-oh.
and
Was
I also have
was
a
it the
picture.
Earth was flat? Did he think
No, it was your idea about that we might be in a simulation, and it started when the pyramids were created. I just want to bring this picture up again.
Bobby, don't let
this-
them into our world here, dude. They can't know this stuff. This is the
The
inside
circle.
track, dude.
This is the circle
There
of
we go.
life. This is
Okay.
the circle of life. This is our circle of life.
Yes.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, really.
Wait,
Bobby, the
I do think
up-
that we were
bring up the
we-
circle of trust and where you're on the outside of it. Bring up that picture.
the circle of trust.
The circle of trust picture.
All right, fucker.
And the circle jerk picture. That we want there. Anyway, Bobby, let them know the latest conspiracy and what to stay away from, according to you.
What to stay away from? Fucking everything everything the mainstream media pushes, anything that's normalized. Pretty much, you have to be your own person. You cannot follow any crowd. If you follow any crowd, you're gonna follow them to your death. You are, and that's the truth.
Should we? Whose side are you on? President Zelensky's or President Putin's, Bobby?
Putin.
Putin. Yes, you heard it here.
I've always said that I liked Putin. I've always liked Putin. I said that we should be allies with Russia from the day one.
Bobby
said that for years.
Bobby said earlier that we should start World War III, us, Russia, and China versus the world. Right, Bobby?
Well, you know, I don't know if we should start World War III. I mean, they're pushing for it, but I really don't think we should start.
Do you think we should skip World War III and go to World War IV?
I mean, you know, there are plans for a World War III. There are plans, and they've been written down. If you look up Albert Pike, he wrote all World War I, World War II, and World War III, exactly how they were going to happen. Just look up Albert Pike.
I heard that we don't know how World War III will be fought, but we know World War IV would be fought with sticks and bones.
Sticks and stones.
Stones,
Sticks
there
and
it is.
stones.
Sticks and stones.
Albert Einstein said that.
Hey, E equals MC squared. He helped make the bomb, Bobby. What are we going to do about that? It's out of the bag, Bobby. Oppenheimer, what are we going to do? Go.
Oppenheimer quoted the Bhagavad Gita, so he believed that. I think he believed that we were already at an advanced civilization at one point, and we got wiped out by our own technology. I think we were too. I think that we've been through many resets.
Bobby, is it true that you are an alien? Go.
No.
Okay. Is it true that I am an alien?
I don't know.
Is it true?
I don't think so.
Is it true that the Earth is round?
This is a question that I'm still debating.
Lilies of David.
Debating it.
What do you think?
I'm glad to hear you're debating it, at least. That's good.
Yes. He's coming around, Chad. Lilies of David.
I've always been half, but more side is leaning towards it not being what NASA is definitely saying. It's not what NASA's telling people.
What do you think?
They get $40 billion a year to do nothing. That's like one of the biggest money laundering operations that the United States has running.
I do think Doge should look into it for sure. Absolutely. I'm not kidding.
I agree. But can Elon go to Mars if we're in a firmament?
I don't think anything can pierce the firmament. I don't think we can pierce the firmament.
Bobby showed a video. Bobby showed a video here last week, folks. I don't know if you saw it. It was totally real, where that rocket was going up into space and it got stuck into the gel and couldn't move. I don't know if you saw that, but
it seems like it's more a thicker kind of layer, like that's above us. Maybe it's not so thick that where meteors and comets can pass through it, but it's like some kind of layer that we can't get past it. I don't think we could pass it. We can't get past the Van Allen belts. We can't get past that.
What about that space station up there? What's that doing up there? Is that the astronauts that are stuck there? Are they not there?
I don't think so. I
don't think so either. Actually, I think it's all a PR plan. But
absolutely.
How crazy was that? I don't know if you folks watched, but there are people stuck in space, and the reason why they're not back on Earth is because of the Biden administration pulling fucking politics. Did anybody catch that from Elon?
Talked about that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
They didn't want him to go get him before the election. Yeah.
What the fuck, man? And Bobby, do you believe that? Can you believe that?
I could believe Biden did the worst job I've ever seen in my life. I can't even call him a president.
No, but what about the astronauts stuck out in space now that can't get home? Are they lying to us about them? And they're not?
Probably. I would say so.
They're
most things are to control people's emotions. 9/11 was to create a huge negative emotional rift. I
believe you on that. Tower 7, bro. Tower 7 didn't fall on its own. You know that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like people don't look into things hard enough. I mean, you could look at the airplane, all the airplane stocks that they were short selling. You don't short sell airplane stocks. Airlines were doing the best at that time. You don't short sell them unless you know something negative is going to happen. You don't insure buildings 2 months before they're destroyed for 2 separate terrorist attacks. It's just crazy.
Hey, I'd love to get into all this. I got to go make dinner for kids. So
yes,
I got to go.
Thank you, folks. Lilies of David, you were awesome. Thank you for coming on the podcast. Bobby, thank you for bringing this to a final close. And now we know for once and for all, the world is a vampire.
The world is a vampire. That's for real.
The earth is flat. Bobby, say goodbye to the audience. Let them know that the earth is round. Go ahead, Bobby.
And goodbye, audience. I'm still out on that.
All right. The one and only Bobby, folks.
God bless you guys. Keep going.
Bless. And Lilies of David, why don't you let the audience know where they could catch you on social media, where they could listen to your single and all that jazz?
Yeah. At Lilies of David at all social handles, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and just look us up, Lilies of David, on Spotify, Apple Music. You'll see our song Skin and Bones. And yeah, I look forward to releasing some more music.
Awesome.
And go check them out in concert. They put on a great show. We want to thank you guys for coming on here. Next time you guys come on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What do you think, Chad? We'll have them do a little acoustic performance next time.
Absolutely. Why not?
Maybe break out some bongos. I'll play the piano with my penis like Zelensky did back in the day. Cowbell. That's right. Cowbell. Gracious audience, we love you. We thank you for coming on this journey. We will catch you folks on the flip side. We'll see you Tuesday, 1 p.m. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.